I'm Tyrone. And when I'm not fucking Wise Long Dick Style, I'm checking out Notz and Bumps Hollywood, ColecoVision Radio. Oh yeah, and smoking's bad, motherfucker.
You are now tuned into ColecoVision Radio, the home of real hip-hop.
You're now rocking with the best. Looking for the realest motherfuckers on the net. Street certified shit, nigga, this is it. That ColecoVision Radio shit is lit. Bumps Hollywood, Don Notz be the shit. #1 podcast, now it makes sense. Got them in the zone, now they telling all they friends. Listen 1 week, then they listening again. Sound way better on the second time around. Sound way better when the record's playing loud. Real hip hop, not the same mainstream. Not the same names with the lame 16s. Around the whole world, they should all take heed. If they ain't real, they should all pay fees. It really ain't a fight when you train and you came to win. Get ready, let the games begin, motherfucker.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome fucking back. ColecoVision Radio, back from a goddamn hiatus. Episode number 41, I think.
Nah, 42.
42.
40
That's not
fucking two.
including the,
No, we're not even going to talk
we
about.
shall never speak.
Yeah.
Shit might show up on the lost tapes.
Speaking of the lost tapes,
It's a perfect segue.
this past week, 15th anniversary of Nas the Lost Tapes. And what were you doing when that came out?
I don't even remember when that shit came out. Smoking that weed, yo. Sipping that drink. I'm saying, honestly, by that point in time, I heard every one of them fucking songs anyway. So
There were a few. There was a total of, what did we say, 12 songs on it?
Yeah.
I would say probably 8 of them were supposed to be on the I Am double album, which was pushed back numerous times, and then they ended up making it a single album, and then put songs like You Won't See Me Tonight on there. And
Fire.
shit was kind of hot.
Shit was definitely the Bon Jovi sample. I don't give a fuck what nobody
Oh, yeah,
said.
Runaway, right?
Hell
Hell yeah. That's what I said when it first came out. But yeah, there was a couple other songs that ended up on I Am, which weren't on the original version of it. But like I said, a handful of these songs ended up going on the lost tapes, like Your Papa Was a Player, Project Window, Ron Isley.
Nah, that wasn't on there. That was
Yeah,
on
it
the
was.
album. That was on the real album. Project Window was on the album.
No, that was actually on Nostradamus.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Lost Tapes had fucking Do-Rags, which was fire.
That was a new song.
But that shit was on Mad Mixtapes prior to the Lost Tape shit. I heard that shit
yeah.
mad times.
Yeah.
My Way.
My Way was mad hot.
Gotta Love It. Heard that shit mad times.
Yup.
Fire ass beat.
Yep.
Nothing Lasts Forever. No Ideas Original. Heard that shit mad times. Blaze of 50 was definitely supposed to be on I Am.
Yep. Black Zombies.
Yeah. Everybody's Crazy. Purple,
Purple.
which was a classic.
Yep.
Drunk by Myself was definitely off I Am. And The Fetus was off I Am. And Papa Was a Player. I don't think that was on I Am, but classic track.
It was supposed to be.
Well, yeah, obviously wasn't on there, but I didn't. That was that era. I don't
Yeah.
remember that from them mixtapes.
Yep.
But regardless, yeah. So 15 years later, lost tapes, but it gives us a perfect opportunity for Don Nas to drop to his knees and suck off Nas. Pause, right? So here we are, the fucking long-awaited Nas episode.
So let's talk about what if I Am came out the way it was supposed to.
Shit would have obviously been better. Would have been a double album. That shit came out in an age after double albums had already. So it wasn't like innovative to have a double album because Wu-Tang Forever already dropped.
He probably
Life After
just
already
felt
dropped.
the need to have to do it after
Right.
Wu and Big did it.
Yeah, so it's not like it would have been like earth-shattering. Tracks were hotter. That
It would have been
off.
better than
Yeah, would have been better, but it still wouldn't have been. I don't think I Am is a classic Nas album.
It's not.
Like,
it's
I fuck
a,
with
it's
it.
a solid album, but it's I would say that his last album was even better than I Am.
Yeah, definitely. His last album, his first album, Stillmatic. It was written. I Am might not even make top. Well, I guess it probably could round out top 5, but it's and that's like stretching.
The thing that sucked about it was by the time it actually dropped, you already heard half of the album.
Right.
And then, like I said, like the You Won't See Me Tonight was really the only, that and the Scarface song, the DMX one, were really the only ones that you didn't hear already.
Right. But that was in an era where you needed the Timbo track anyway.
Yep.
The Scarface track was fire.
Yeah, no, it was. It was.
So I wasn't mad about that. I remember when Nas's like dropped, I was like, oh, this shit's about to be a classic.
Do you remember the commercials that would come on BET where they played like 20 seconds of the song and they just showed like a picture of the Queen Street?
I vaguely do remember some
and they just
promo
played the
for that
first
shit.
20 seconds of it, and right when the sample dropped, they played it for like 2 seconds and then cut it off.
Yeah, vaguely. It was an ill time. I think it was like 99 probably.
No. It was 97, 98, going into 98. I was in 11th grade at the time. Sitting in Joe Ficori's car. Shout out to JoJo.
Shout out to JoJo. I don't think it was though.
Yeah,
it
well,
definitely wasn't 97. I bet my goddamn life on it.
No, I remember going to Uptown Sounds and getting the Roscoe CD.
Shit dropped fucking April 6th, 1999, ladies and gentlemen. Tell's got to get his shit straight, fake ass Nas fan.
Hold on, then Nostradamus was 99. Okay, all right, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. So, yeah, shout out Joe Ficori anyway.
I was still sitting in his car with the Roscoe CD.
Yeah, so maybe the Roscoe CD dropped in 98, but the official track...
the Roscoe definitely came out in 98.
Official album dropped in 1999. So, yeah, at that point in time, you needed a motherfucking Timbo track. You needed a Down South track. And it gave us that. But not to say the shit wasn't fire, you know what I mean? Like, the New York State of Mind Part 2 was classic shit.
Yeah.
We Will Survive, classic. Ghetto Prisoners, classic. I Want to Talk to You, fire. Dr. Nagpoo always hated that shit. Life Is What You Make It, fire.
Mm-hmm.
Big Things, Down South shit.
Terrible.
Kissing,
That shit was
fire.
that shit was mad.
So the shit, Undying Love was classic.
Yep.
Money Is My Bitch. So it was definitely a solid ass album.
Yeah. Bottle it right now.
I would say 4.
Really? You
Yeah.
would go 4.5 on it?
I would say 4, just because.
I guess I would go in between the two, but yeah, maybe a 4. It's not what it could have been. So
Right. Yeah, it was to me. It was definitely like a definite 4. It's not timeless, which unfortunately a lot of albums from that era aren't, because they have that like early 2000/1999 sound where it's like doesn't sound as hot. Like, and that's partly a strike against Timberland. Like, his beats were mad innovative for the time,
Yep.
but then they sound mad dated now.
Yep,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
Whereas you could throw on New York State of Mind right now and the shit's still fire. You throw on that fucking You Won't See Me Tonight shit, it sounds mad cheesy 1999.
yep.
So,
And that was actually supposed to be a single off that album. I don't think a video ever came out. Like, what was it? After Hate Me Now was on I Am, right?
yeah.
Yeah, You Won't See Me Tonight was supposed to be the 3rd single, and I think they didn't put nothing out after Hate Me Now.
Yeah, definitely not.
I remember being mad pissed. I was online fucking back when AOL was popping. Straight dial-up shit. And I saw on some website that I Am was only a single album and that he just did a song with Puff. Mad pissed. Mad pissed. And then I heard it and I'm like, what the fuck is this? But now,
You ain't fuck with it?
not at first, nah. Like now, definite classic, like no doubt about it, but
Yeah.
it was just different than anything you've ever heard from him before.
Yeah, he was lashing out, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like the album in general was slightly different than anything we heard before because he came off back-to-back classics.
Yep.
So then you got like Timberland beats, you got some like, even like the DMX shit, like the song is hot, but the beat still sounds a little dated right now, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know, it was on some Tone and Poke shit. Shout out Tone Pope.
Did they produce that?
I feel like they probably had a hand in this album. Let me pull up what one did I say?
The DMX shit.
No, LES actually produced that shit.
Yeah, you know what? I think he did most of the shit on that album. I don't even think Trackmasters were on there now.
Yeah, they did Money Is My Bitch, actually, which is surprising, and Dr. Knock Boots, which is not surprising. We Will Survive Trackmasters, which I didn't even know of them as, like, really sampling. I always thought they were, like, on some fucking Triton keyboard shit.
Nah, they were sample heavy. Like, all of it was written was mostly all samples, and they produced that whole album.
Did they?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do Trackmasters episode 2. I think we've talked about it in the past.
I was definitely thinking, shout out to Tidal. I got the free fucking membership right now. And they got mad ill playlists, like, based off of producers. And, like, you don't even know sometimes, you know what I mean? Especially producers that don't have tags and shit.
Yeah.
So we
Back then, nobody did tags, though.
Nah, no. At that point, no. You just knew Primo because of the hooks. And RZA because it was Wu-Tang. And Timberland because it didn't sound like anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we definitely need to shift gears towards like producers. We're both producers. We can have a lot of insight. Plus the tracks that we play are gonna be fire because like, you know, people have catalogs that are deeper than I even knew or realized. So, yeah. Shout out to the motherfucking Trackmasters because they did do a fair amount of It Was Written. I just pulled it up.
So yeah, we've talked about every Nas album except the Lost Tapes.
Fuck that shit. Fuck that album. Man.
Nah, it was pretty solid.
It was solid, but once again,
it was throwaways. I mean,
but they were fire songs. But it's just like, yo, I heard them shits for like 2 summers before the shit dropped, yo.
Yeah, even more than that.
Yeah, well, obviously like the Fetus and shit like that, but like the newer shits, like Everybody's Crazy and No Ideas Original and shit. Like them shits were on mixtapes for like 2 solid summers before Lost Tapes.
Yeah.
So if you live in like Oklahoma, you're welcome for the Lost Tapes. But for like New Yorkers and shit, it wasn't really nothing.
That's true.
It was like a fucking wasted tape. So, yeah. Except Purple. I didn't really hear Purple like too much earlier before that album dropped, and that was a fire ass song.
I remember even having Gotta Love It on. It was a mixtape. It was called Nas 2000. And the shit came out in like 97. It was before the Roscoe album or anything came out.
Oh yeah?
Yep. And I was always wondering why it never appeared on anything, and then fucking ended up on the Lost Tapes.
Probably like a sample issue or something.
The good thing about that album is there was a lot of like unreleased shit that was now mastered and had great sound quality compared to all the bootleg ass mixtapes we heard most of the shit off.
Hell yeah. Shout out J Love though. J Love deserves a big ass shout out for the Nas Finest fucking mixtapes. This guy put out classic shit. Had Nas fucking doing drops over the cordless phone. Sounded mad shitty.
I wonder why J Love's quality always sucked though.
It was trash. J Love was probably recording in his fucking mom's crib, yo. Shout out J Love though.
I haven't heard anything. He hasn't done a mixtape in years, I feel like,
this
right?
Guy has not been on the face of earth since we seen him at Justo's. I don't even think I was there, but you seen him at Justo's.
I met him a few times too. I think the last time we heard him, you seen him at Woodbury.
Definitely seen this fat fucking.
This guy's about to beat the shit out of
Definitely
you.
gonna have to throw hands with J Love, yo. All right, so if you ain't noticed right now, we 13 minutes deep and don't have a fucking song playing. That's because we hit a bit of a dilemma. Let's pull back the curtain and just tell the truth to the fans. Nas's catalog is mad deep. We got 2 fucking strikes against us. We weren't really
Shout out to Universal Music
Shout out
Group.
to Universal Music Group. So we didn't really want to play like the hits, you know what I'm saying? So we wanted to play unreleased shit. But it's hard like really to choose. So
we're just gonna spin the wheel of fortune, and what you get is what you fucking get.
Maybe what we should do is just like say, fuck it, let's just go on this rampage for like 45 minutes to an hour. And then just throw on 5 tracks back to back, yo. Fuck the format, yo.
I agree with that, but I need to get a refill on my fucking drink. I don't want a Bud Light. I've been drinking fucking liquor. This fucking guy drinks Bud Light. He's trying to disguise it in his little red cup.
Sipping on that lean, yo. Sipping on drink, yo. Alright, so fuck it. While Don Notz goes and gets a refill, I will just,
Talk shit.
throw the show on my back and keep the shit pushing. So, Nas, everybody that listens to the show knows I'm a super Nas fan. You know what I mean? Nas was one of my earliest inspirations in the rap game. Simply put, I was put on to Nas by my upstairs neighbor, my man Curry Goat, aka Crazy Hot, rest in peace. Him and his man Tico came through with the motherfucking Illmatic tape around the time we was playing Beavis and Butthead on Sega Genesis. And you know what I mean?
That shit was way better on Genesis than it was Super Nintendo too.
Yeah, that shit was lit on Genesis.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Illmatic, you know what I mean, dropped around 94 and changed my fucking life, yo. Shit, I don't know, like, I could just relate to this guy. Never stepped foot in Queensbridge, but this guy put me on a park bench on 12th Street. And, like, I'm not a fucking idiot, so, like, I appreciate people that aren't idiots, you know what I mean? Like, and Nas.
Thank you for laying out that disclaimer.
Yeah, for the new listeners, the Trill listeners already know I'm a fucking brilliant guy, but so it's like I like artists with levels to them and shit, and Nas was able to kind of transcend the bullshit at the time. You think back to 94, you still had Daz Effects out. You had Busta Rhymes out. You had like bullshit artists that were just relying on like gimmicks and shit. You know what I mean? This guy just came out spitting straight bars. So like I wasn't around at the time of Live from the Barbecue. Like I'm not gonna lie and be like, yo, I discovered him on live.
90% of Nas's fans weren't.
Yeah, probably not. But I like when Illmatic dropped, I heard the album and I was like, yo, this shit is fucking crazy. Like this shit is my new favorite rapper. And then I just like, patterned my whole rap shit that I wanted to do. Literally, I would like write shit down in a notebook that he would say, and I would like write down how his rhyme scheme went. You know what I mean? Like literally.
Really?
Like dissected this guy's shit. Yeah, because the shit was crazy to me, and it wasn't even that like deep or anything in terms of like the schematics behind it. It was pretty much just rhyming the last word. You know what I mean? He wasn't on no like crazy rhyme scheme shit, but like just the way he did his shit, I felt like was like perfect because it wasn't. He was using like words that the average rapper wasn't using. Definitely was using different words.
He had an elevated vocabulary compared to everybody else. Pretty much. It wasn't to the point where you couldn't understand it and you couldn't decipher it, but it wasn't your fucking bum stickety bum shit.
Definitely wasn't, which I needed to never hear again after hearing Illmatic.
Funny for me, as much as a diehard Nas fan I am, when I first heard Illmatic, it was way over my head. I was in like 7th grade.
You're not brilliant, yo.
Apparently not.
And how the fuck were you in 7th grade? You heard it mad late? This shit dropped like 94.
93. What? Oh, 94?
I think it dropped like 94.
Yeah,
I felt like
94.
I was in like 5th grade or some shit.
What? Maybe, yeah. What month did that come out?
The fuck would I know?
All right, so
how the fuck?
Either way, I was in 6th or 7th grade. I'm 35, man. Life is a blur at this point. I have a fucking excuse, but even so, it was over. It was definitely over my head. Wasn't fucking with it at first. Later on, my man Marlon, Firstborn, don't know what the hell happened to this guy, but definitely a great rapper himself. Another one who pretty much, I don't want to say copied off Nas, but was advanced because of Nas.
Right.
Kept telling me, you need to check out Nas. You need to check out Nas. I'm like, yeah, I did. I don't get it. I don't get it. And then finally fucking started listening to it. And then I would say right before It Was Written came out, I think I heard, what what was it, the Escobar season freestyle, the Kid Capri shit.
Right.
And I'm like, all right. Then fucking I hear If I Rule the World, and I remember the first time I heard that shit, I'm like,
so you wasn't fucking with it till It Was Written was out? I was like 2 years later.
No, I'm saying it was like right on that tail end of the whole Illmatic era.
Right.
And then like once fucking It Was Written came out, I was like on the bandwagon at that point.
Right.
I was completely sold because I was like totally fucking Wu-Tanged out.
Yeah. We all were though, because Wu-Tang dropped like 93, and then so they actually dropped before Illmatic. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they were kind of gimmicky too. You know what I mean? But I was still a little kid. I didn't really mind the gimmicks. But Nas just like elevated this shit. So he wasn't on no like rah like a Dungeon Dragon on some Busta Rhymes shit. He wasn't on some like old dirty like this guy was just rapping to you. You know what I mean? Like talking to you. And I was like, yo, this shit like that's why like I wrote his shit down literally. You know what I mean? But
so yeah, I would definitely say he's the first person that made me start listening to hip hop for the lyrics and literally deciphering what is going on.
Yeah, but so the thing too is like him and Big did that for me too, and that's why like a lot of people, I feel like you're one of the Big haters, right? You hate Big.
I don't hate Big. I just don't think he's as great as everybody makes him out to
right,
be.
But Big on his first album, you know what I mean? He definitely was on some lyricist shit too, but he had more swag than Nas. So like if you listen to like Respect by Big, he's talking about like being born and shit. And Nas tried that shit like 5 years later. You know what I mean? So like that's why I give Big a lot of credit too. Like they both elevated lyricism to another level, but
I definitely feel like Nas was far more advanced as a lyricist than him, though.
I feel like the thing is, it's tough because he may have been more advanced as a lyricist, but Big was like a better like rapper because he had more swag. So like Big was like cooler than Nas. Nas was never really cool to me, but I feel like I related to Nas because I felt like he was more, because I'm not that rambunctious as I come across, you know what I mean? A lot of times I'm just on some like laid back chill shit, and I feel like Nas is on some laid back chill shit, and Big and every other rapper at the time was on some like flamboyant, let me be as loud and as big and bigger than life, and I was just like, yo, I'm just here chilling. Mm-hmm. This is me, this is my story, and that's the end of it, you know what I mean? So I related to Nas on that level.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to be fucking Mr. Cool Guy.
Yeah, he didn't really seem like, he wasn't really trying to be super gangster until like it was written on Illmatic. He was definitely just telling you like, yo, I see this shit. It wasn't like, yo, I'm moving keys. It was just like, yo, here's a whole story about me just talking to my friends that's in jail. You know what I mean? Like,
all right, so let's talk about the transition from Illmatic to It Was Written.
Nobody remembers this, but I remember mad people hating It Was Written off the simple fact that he turned into Escobar and he wasn't.
That was right where I was going with it.
Yeah, I knew you were. Yeah.
Why?
Why were people hating?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a fucking fire album. I still fucked with it, but that was on the like cusp of like internet message boards and shit, you know what I mean? Like, mad nerds, and I was one of them, just sitting there like typing like, fuck this guy, he sold out, because like he want to rap about like, and he showed up in a leather suit in the video and shit like that.
That wasn't even a big deal to me at all. Like,
not to you, but to like, but maybe you, because you kind of were late to the party. You know what I mean? And when you see this guy in like an army coat in Queensbridge, and then you see him in a leather suit in Vegas, it's kind of like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
It actually wasn't leather, it was pink linens.
That shit was
and the
red
dude who was
leather.
No, it definitely wasn't leather.
This
red
fucking
leather
guy,
was
every fact he's dropping is wrong at this point.
Red leather was not Street Dreams. And the dude who was in the video with him just croaked like a week ago, I think.
Well, shout out to you.
Yo, mad people are just dying in the past week. I just had fucking like a dead body fucking shot and dead found in my apartment complex like hours before I got here today. From the fucking hood, yo.
Yeah, but yeah, so a lot of people wasn't really fucking with It Was Written off of just like, the simple fact, and that's that bullshit backpacker mentality. But once you like listen,
the first time I heard the message, I'm like, holy fucking shit!
right?
Like the feeling that song gave me the moment the first 3 seconds you heard that violin just gradually fade up,
Right.
and then when the beat drops, nothing like that has hit me in like 20 years.
Yeah, I'm saying
The way that did.
the whole album. I remember enjoying that album at my godmother's house because I got sent away from my mom's house for boning a chick. At the age of 12, she was like, "Yo, you're not staying here no more. You gotta go spend the summer with your godmother."
Who was she?
Who the chick I boned?
Yeah.
Andrea McNeil, yo. Shout out to you, yo. Straight humped her, mad awkward, just laid in it. She's like, "Is this your first time?" I was like, "Yes." Yes, it is. Told I forget who but basically what happened was my sister had a friend who was gay. And I feel like, back then we was all bragging because the whole team ran through
Andrea McNeil.
Yeah, I wasn't going to repeat her name again. Yeah.
Defamation of
The
character.
whole team ran through
Are you
that.
friends with her on Facebook? Is she still alive?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Does she still live around here?
No, she follows the show.
Are you serious?
Nah, I don't know. But yeah, so long story
Got
short.
the girl for this lawsuit.
Oh, yeah. Long story short, like, we're all bragging about it in our little hood, which is Huntington. Shout out Huntington. Reminiscent of Queensbridge.
Shit is now called Mountain Brook, trying to sugarcoat the fuck out of that
Oh,
shit.
yeah. So, yeah, shit got back to my sister. And then she told my mom, and then my mom was like, "Yo, you're staying with your godmother for the next month, yo. Your summer is over, yo."
Was that the one who lived on Mill Street?
Yeah, shout out to Di.
Oh, she follows the show, right?
Di definitely, man. Literally shout out to Di.
Shout out to you, Di.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I don't even know where that tangent came from, but that was the summer. It was
It was Witten. This guy's mad drunk.
hammered off piss water. That was the summer It Was Written dropped, yo. So yeah, that album was fire to me. Obviously, I Gave You Power is regarded as one of the best concept songs ever, and I don't think that's like an overstatement.
I feel like it was the first of its kind, really.
I don't know if it was, but it was the most important of its kind. There may have been some before that we're not familiar with, but definitely a pivotal moment in hip hop.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, classic album. 5 bottles.
Are we literally like going down the whole discography right
Why
now?
the fuck not?
All right. Well, we already did. I Am. So we
So Illmatic 5 bottles. It Was Written 5 bottles.
definitely 5
Give a
bottles.
fuck
on
what
it.
anybody says.
What did the source give it was written? I think 4.5, right?
I don't know. They was probably hating on that shit too. I'm gonna check this shit out right now. But there was no real soft ass songs on there. Like Black Girl Lost, one of my favorite songs ever.
Yeah, great concept. Like the shit that he said in it was unbelievable.
A lot of people didn't like Nas Is Coming, but I thought that shit was fucking fire.
That was, to me, that was the weakest song on it.
Nah.
It wasn't horrible, but it was just so different than anything else on it, and I think it kind of stuck out like a sore thumb to me.
I honestly didn't like Suspect. I didn't think that was hot.
That, to me, was the most underrated song on the album. That I was just about to say right before you said it, that was a sleeper on there to me.
Yeah, I didn't really fuck with it too tough. I'm trying to find this source rating. I can't find it right off top. Rolling Stone gave it 2 out of 5 stars, if that means anything.
It was written?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Whoever the fuck made that rating up, you should schedule an appointment at ColecoVision Media Group with me, and we need to sit down and discuss this debacle.
This is what I'm talking about. This is how the article ends. That the rest of it was written sounds lazy and automatic. Just the latest blatant example of trashy tough guy talk.
Automatic because fucking skills came natural to this man.
Yeah. I don't know. So obviously, I don't think it was getting rave reviews at that time.
All right. So speaking of hating on Nas, like we're gonna take a fucking turn right now before we move on to the next album. Lonzo Ball.
Mm-hmm.
You heard his comments, right? like 2 weeks ago?
Refresh my memory.
This guy, I don't even know what brought this up, but it's been big in the headlines about. He was quoted as saying, Nas is not relevant anymore. Nobody listens to Nas. Nobody cares about Nas or something along those lines.
Fuck these guys, yo.
What do you feel like? Because I know you like to stay like up to date with fucking everything that's going on and stay in tune with the youth and shit. But when you got assholes like that making comments like that, how do you feel about that?
I feel like there's a couple components. A, this guy should get the shit slapped out of him. B, his pops should get the shit slapped out of him.
I fucking hate his pops.
And C, his little brother should get the shit slapped
don't
out of him.
Don't know who he is, but he probably should too.
So that's all I gotta say about that. Because, like, I just feel like I can do the knowledge and respect artists from generations long before my time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's not about, oh, I wasn't born yet. Like, there's no excuse. Fuck you, Lonzo Ball. Fucking thirsty ass scumbag trying to stay relevant by any means necessary. Yeah.
If you haven't, I'm sure like everybody listening to the show has probably seen it online, like this guy saying it or whatever. I don't know, like whether it was an interview or a press conference or whatever. But I was happy when I saw Michael Rappaport's video in response to that. Did you see that shit?
I be seeing that he has mad videos. I don't take the time to watch.
He's fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Like, I fuck with that dude. I remember back in the day, this guy being on Rock and Jock, and I'm like, who the fuck is Michael Rappaport? But he's been in mad shit. He's been in mad shit.
He's definitely a talented actor and like a hood advocate.
Yeah, definitely, and that's why I fuck with him. And then just like hearing him stand up for that type of shit, like cool as fuck. But I don't remember exactly what he said, but he pretty much. I wish he could have said this to Lonzo Ball's face, and I would have loved to seen that dude's reaction. But back to Nas. So we just discussed it was written. We bottled that. Definitely both agreed on 5 bottles for that.
It got 4 in the source, ladies and gentlemen.
Really? Mm-hmm. I thought it was 4.5.
Nah, straight 4.
All right, so I'm pretty sure I Am got 3.5 in the source, and you said 4 on that?
Yeah, I'd give it 4.
I would go 4 on that too. So that now brings us to Nostradamus. If you thought It Was Written got hated on, me as a Nas fan, the first time I heard Nostradamus,
pissed.
I thought it was a fucking joke. I don't remember. It was actually the first time I heard it was a sample. Again, this is back to the AOL dial-up days on ColumbiaRecords.com. It was like a 30-second sample. I thought this shit was a joke. First of all, I'm like, all right, it's been less than a year since I Am has dropped. This guy's dropping another album. And this is your lead single? Like, is this a fucking joke?
Nostradamus?
Yes. To this day, I fuck with anything Nas does, but that goddamn song, what were you thinking?
What he says is actually decent, though.
I couldn't even get past it. But do you remember the United Front Movement 2000 mixtape?
No.
Oh,
and no one listening does either.
Yeah, they probably don't, but that'll be a free download on ClickoVision.com.
Which is live.
Yeah,
Look out for Petty Bub's picture.
This guy looks like Tone Patrol. But anyway, no, I had the acapella for that, and I did a fucking crazy remix. But yeah, we'll put that online for the viewers and listeners.
I'm sure they're all clamoring, feverishly typing in ClickoVision.com for that.
Do it now!
They don't give a fuck about your remix, bud. But like Nostradamus, I felt like, all right, the beat was soft as fuck. The video was soft as fuck. His bars were decent. I was like not that pissed about it. When Omi Back came out, I was like, what the fuck?
I thought that shit was hotter.
Nah, I was like, yo, what the fuck is this
I
shit?
thought that shit was way hotter than Nostradamus. But there was some like mad hot songs like we talked about a million times, Life We Chose.
Yo, my favorite song Nas has ever done. Like, hands down.
I would definitely put it in my top 5.
Number 1.
Word for word, one of the realest songs I've ever heard in my life.
Just to preface my comment, was on a lot of E-pills when that album dropped.
That was the night when what's-his-name was getting the light shined in his face, right?
No, that was another night, and that was all dust, and that was Frail. Rest in peace to Frail. He's still alive, but he died that night. He died that night.
I didn't know that dude kicked the bucket.
No, he's still alive, but he died that night. Yeah. So, yeah, that what this guy says, and that is like the epitome of Nas to me. That track, you know what I mean? He's just dropping, and that's the shit. And Hov tried to shit on him, like, what you trying to kick knowledge? But he was kicking knowledge, yo.
Absolutely.
There was a lot of shit, like the last words was on that shit, right?
Yep. That was the shit with Nation, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out
to fucking Nation. This guy never amounted to shit, but
fucking
had some
teenage thug, yo.
Yeah, no, he had some hot ass songs.
He had bars, definitely.
I had a mixtape of his, which probably never really saw the surface at all.
I know for a fact no one else had it.
But it was fucking mad hot. Like, everything on there was ridiculous.
So, that's the thing about this this Nas album is like, again, it's kind of like it was written, but clearly not as good. But it was the same concept where it's like, people heard the single, and was like, Nas sold out.
Yep.
But go through the track list real quick. Some of Us Have Angels. Actually a fire song. Project Windows. Mad hot. Come Get Me. That's your boy Primo, I believe, on the beat.
And supposedly he was going at Cormega on that song. Shout out to Mega.
Shout out Mega Shout out Mega Montana.
Yeah.
Shoot 'em up. Fire. I think that
was going at Mega too. Shout out to Mega.
Last Words. Fire.
Yeah.
Family. Fire featuring the Mob. Yo, Prodigy's verse. Fire. Dirty fingernails reaching in my pocket pulling knots out. Man, this guy, straight G shit. I fuck with it mad heavy.
Yep.
God Love Us. Fire.
Yep.
Quiet Niggas. Not that fire. Big Girl. God awful. New World, oh my god. My mom used to listen to the original of that song.
The Africa, right?
Yeah.
Toto? I remember being in the casino in Montreal one time and a live band started playing that shit and I was mad
just busted out in the bars.
Yo, I was loving it. Loving it. What else we got? That's it on that album?
Yeah, that's all that's worth mentioning. Fucking, after that, Big Girl, New World, You Owe Me, which is fire. Fire. Trash. And the album. So, yeah. Overall, again, at the moment it dropped, it's like, yo, this sucks. Who is this person? I'll give this shit 3.5.
Well, I was going to say 3.5 too, but the thing is music has gotten so bad that it created a new appreciation for shit like that.
My whole thing is if you would have got rid of fucking the Africa song, You Owe Me and Big Girl, if you would have just ended it at 10 tracks,
you're a
5
big
bottles.
Girl now.
Listen,
fully grown with your hormones now.
Yeah, that took away a bottle by itself. So the first 10 songs, Life We Chose, Nostradamus, Some of Us As the Angels, Project Windows, Come Get Me, Shoot 'em Up, Last Words, Family, God Love Us. You stop it there, 5 bottles, yo. Literally.
So what's next? Stillmatic?
Yeah. 5.
Classic 5.
5
Definitely.
bottles, yo.
With the exception of Braveheart Party, which was actually left off the album because Mary J was about to fucking kill somebody over that shit.
Thank God.
But, after the whole fucking beef, we're not even going to go into depth about that because we've done it so many times. We'll probably just end up doing an episode based solely on that in the near future, but,
Braveheart Party is on the album, though.
Yeah, it was left off. It made the album, and then on the original pressing, and then they took it off because it was some sort of business thing that Mary J wasn't feeling. Fucking bitch.
Shout out to Mary, though.
But,
yeah, obviously,
he came back after the battle the way he was supposed to.
Oh, you know what? It looks like mad of them shits were left off Stillmatic. That's why we heard them shits from the lost tapes. It looks like No Ideas Original, Gotta Love It, My Way, Make It Last, Do Rags were all on featured on should have been on Stillmatic. So we probably heard them shits on mixtapes around the time that dropped.
Lost Tapes came out, was it in between Stillmatic and Godson, or?
Stillmatic dropped in 01. I feel like Lost Tapes dropped in like 04 or some shit, like mad late.
Yeah. The Godson came out the year after Stillmatic, right?
Lost Tapes actually dropped in 02. So
that was probably in between the two then.
Yo, and that's the other thing. Like, Stillmatic's 5 bottles, we can all discuss that. Godson worse than Nostradamus. Hands down. Hands fucking
I don't know. There was some fire on there. Get Down was ridiculous. I remember being high as fuck. Driving around with Nooch in the back roads behind Hooker Avenue. Blasting that shit when it first came out. And I remember hearing Get Down for the first time, loving it. And then The Cross came on after that. That hook had me fucking bugging out.
Yeah, that was the weed. Song sucked. Zone Out, trash. Hey Nas, trash.
Hey Nas was horrible.
Doug's Mansion, trash.
Horrible. Yep.
Dance, trash.
That was a song to his mom. That was some heartfelt shit. He just lost his mom, and this guy's just like,
Pops
trash.
Just died, yo. Melvin Flint syndrome, yo. I would give this album 3 bottles, and that's just because I love Nas. I wouldn't be mad if somebody said 2.5.
I'll go with fucking. What did you say?
3 bottles, pardon them for the people, them.
I'll go with 3.5 on that.
Yeah. Fuck that, yo. That shit was trash, yo.
There was one song that was mad hot towards the end of it.
Yeah, like Warrior song with Alicia Keys was hot.
There was another one too. I think Heaven was actually, the Kid.
Yeah, that was Revolutionary Warfare.
Yeah. And then the song that Alchemist produced, the fucking My Rhyme Book of Rhymes.
That shit sucked.
It sucked, but it was a cool concept because it was something different than anybody's ever done.
Different isn't always good. Shit was trash, yo.
Says a Travis Scott fan.
Fucks with Travis. What was the next one? The double album. He did end up dropping the double album.
Yep. Streets Disciple.
That shit was actually, yo, it should have just been one album though, yo.
Yeah, there was a handful of bullshit that could have been cut out of it.
A lot of bullshit. I liked how he like morphed his voice and shit to do.
It was like chick. 2 songs that joined into each other, right?
It was like, and then he freaked the Streets Disciple theme into naming one of the drug dealers like Saiku or some shit. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
So
Saiku story.
Yeah. So it was a solid album, but it shouldn't have been 2 fucking discs.
There was one song, I forgot what it was called, but it had Khalees talking at the beginning. We were talking about, if I could give you one more opportunity to
the cheating shit.
That shit was mad hot. That beat was ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't remember what one that was.
And then Thief's theme, that shit was hard.
That was not on this album.
It was a bonus track on it. It was supposed to be the lead single, and then it wasn't.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I do see it listed here. Yo, no bullshit, though. Me and You was fucking fire.
I'm trying to remember.
Dedicated to his daughter. He was like singing to her, but I felt the beat mad. It was like mad emotional.
And
the kids back then.
The Just the Moment shit was mad hot, too.
Yeah, was that on this?
Yeah, with fucking Quan.
Shout out to Quan.
This guy was my MySpace friend.
Mine too. I was sending him beats and shit. Nazareth Savage, this guy killed this shit.
Yeah,
yo.
There was a handful of bangers on there.
This guy
really
said,
was.
I got bitches that blow cum bubbles like bubble gum. Like, this guy killed that track. Live Now was fire. That's where the bitch had like AIDS or some shit, right? Just a Moment. Fucking Streets Disciple was fire. Virgo, worst song he's ever done.
Yeah, pretty terrible.
But yeah, Bridging the Gap, terrible.
I just saw that they were playing that in a movie that I saw the other day. I forgot what. Oh, the fucking Creed movie. I was sitting in ColecoVision Studios, running up my data.
Shout out ColecoVision Studio, 677 Dutchess Turnpike, Suite 307, Poughkeepsie, New York, 12603.
$30 an hour for fucking studio time. Podcast packages starting at $80.
Word.
month, but
Word.
yeah, Bridging the Gap was they were playing in the fucking Creed movie. Seen that shit a million times, but had to watch it again because it's great. And yeah, so what were we talking about? The
Streets Disciple, I give it 3.5. Can't go much higher. Mad bullshit. Virgo alone is a full bottle that gotta come off.
I'll go with a 3.52 on that. Yeah, that should honestly, man, that shit should not have been a double album. He was forcing the issue with that. You know, yeah, we'll keep it at 3.5.
Fuck out of here.
All right, what was next?
Hip Hop is Dead. I wasn't even really like fucking with this album.
There was a lot of hot shit on there. There definitely was.
Like, I don't know.
The song with Kanye.
Still Dreaming?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yep.
Black Republican classic.
Yep.
Hip Hop is Dead. Meh.
No, the thing I didn't like about that was the fact that they recycled the Thief theme sample, and it was will.i.am who did it. I don't even know why that guy had any involvement in Nas's career in any way, shape, or form.
Question.
But he should probably shuck on this dick.
I'm giving it no more than 3 bottles. And I don't even want to discuss it.
No, I'll go 3.5 on it. I'll go 3.5 on it. There were some decent songs on there. And that brings us to what now?
Are we gonna review the N or whatever it is?
Untitled?
I literally, to this day, have never heard it. Never have, never will.
I mean, I heard the whole thing. Definitely, out of all the Nas albums, the least listened to. The single Hero with Carrie Hilson I thought was a really good song. The only problem with it was like way too different than anything this guy's ever done. It really wasn't him, but it was still a hot song. And they actually exposed the producer, I think it was Polo the Don,
for
the sample in that it was a demo on whatever keyboard he was using.
Yeah, but Swizzy did that back in the day too.
On the down bottom shit. I give Swizzy a pass on that shit. I don't give Polo the Don a pass on shit because I haven't heard anything else from this guy ever in my
Polo
life.
the Don did throw some D's on that bitch, which in itself, classic. But yeah, so fuck that album. I'm not rating it. What would you rate it?
I'll go 3 on that one. That'll probably be that to me is the worst Nas album.
Alright, so then after that it was like a stretch of nothing, right?
For 4 years, I think. That was until Life is Good came out, right?
I feel like it was longer, because that shit dropped in like 06.
I feel like right now, since Life is Good came out, this is the longest stretch Nas has ever gone without doing an album.
That Life is Good dropped in like 2012, I feel like. And
what was that, 2008, 2009?
This was 2008. Yeah, so I was like 4 years. Yeah. Life is Good was definitely 2012.
And definitely a 5 bottle.
Oh, we forgot Distant Relative.
Oh, Damian Marley?
Never heard it. Never will.
Honestly, like I did hear I heard the whole album. It was pretty hot. Like I can't remember enough about it to really truly give it a legitimate bottle count, but there was some fire on there. Absolutely. But yeah, fast forward. Life is Good. 5 bottles on that.
5 bottles, not even a question.
And it's funny because we had a huge falling out for years, and that kind of was the album that brought us back, like, in cahoots again, right?
Yeah, and that's also the album that actually made me want to do music again.
Yeah, we both took a break. We weren't talking for years, and we ran into one another, and then I'm like, yo, did you hear that new Nas album? You're like, nah. I'm like, you need to hear it. And fucking
I definitely remember telling you, like, yeah, I'm about to just sell all my records, yo.
Yeah, I remember that.
Sell my MP. And then I heard that album, I was like, yo, there's
this
still
conversation took place in CVS. You were probably working there at the time.
Definitely took place at CVS. It was kind of awkward because it was actually like, I was in there getting pictures printed out because my mom had passed away. Remember that shit?
Yep.
And so I ran into this guy, and shit was kind of awkward in general just because we didn't really speak for like 4 or 5 years.
5 years.
So yeah, and then I don't know. I was definitely like not even fucking with like hip hop at that point in time. I was like, yo, fuck
that
this shit.
album brought us to where we are today, hands down.
100.
5 bottles. But
6 bottles.
Let's go through the track list on that though. Like, I feel like everything there was actually a weak song on there. Even the bonus tracks were fucking fire.
I'm pulling up right now, so you can just continue to suck it off if you'd like to. Let's see what this track list is.
He means the album, ladies and gentlemen.
Locomotive Fire, produced by No ID.
The whole thing wasn't it?
Nah. Queen Story was produced by Salon Remy. Accident Murderers, No ID. Daughters, No ID, Fire. So it looks like a lot of that was Salon, No ID. Reaching Out, Mad Hot featuring Mary.
Yeah.
World and Addiction was fire.
That's my
Anthony
favorite song
Hamilton.
off the album.
Mine is actually Stay, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
Summer on Smash, Swiss Beats, which I'll throw on every fucking song.
That was the Braveheart party of that album, but it was mad hot. Shout out to Miguel.
You wouldn't understand. Fire.
Yep.
Back When, No ID on the track. Fire.
That was like Memory Lane.
Yep. The Don, produced by Heavy D, rest in peace. Fire.
See, that was the lead single off the album, but I would say that was probably the weakest song on that album to me. I just didn't get it.
Yeah, it probably honestly. Well, that and Accident Murderers, honestly. I didn't think Ross deserved a spot on the Nas album.
Nah. There was one song that was left off that album, which was mad hot. I forgot what it was, but they had a video for it and everything. It was supposed to be the main single off of it.
Yeah, I don't know, but my shit is Stay.
Nasty was the name of it.
Oh, okay.
That shit was hot.
Yeah, my favorite shit is Stay. And I actually like Cherry Wine, too.
Cherry
Rest
Wine
in
is
peace
mad
on
hot.
Amy Winehouse.
Yep, that shit was mad hot. The bonus tracks on there was that Roses shit that was mad hot.
I don't even remember that shit.
And he had a song talking about the whole fucking thing with Khalees too, which was mad hot. They did a video for it and everything.
That one, that Bye Baby?
Bye Baby, yeah.
That was actually produced by Drake's producer. Fucking 40.
Figures.
And Salon Remy, actually. Mad people on that shit. Aaron Hall made an appearance on that.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you knew it. I didn't even know that was Aaron Hall, though. Yeah, so that was a definite 5 bottler right there. Yeah, no doubt about it. Classic.
Here we are waiting for the next fucking go around.
You might as well just quit, yo. You're not gonna top that, I don't think.
Honestly, if he just left the game now, I'd be content.
But honestly, I didn't think Hov would drop another classic album. I thought he might try to like keep up with the trends and do some bullshit. And that 444 was pretty fire. So there's hope for Nas.
There is, like I said, I wouldn't be mad if he just called it quits, but it's gonna be hard to top that album. But if you're going to come out, you have to, and I think that's why it's been 5 years.
Yeah, you can't put out no bullshit at this stage of the game.
And I guarantee you this guy's probably been in the studio, like, how much shit has changed in music in the past 5 years? Should I do this? Should I not do that?
But that's the thing. If he's listening, which he follows the show.
Shout out to Nas.
Yeah. Go lock in with No ID like Hov did. Get back.
Nah, fuck that. We got ColecoVision Media Group. Come over here.
Nah,
we got
we
you.
do got beats for sale. All
9-bottle album.
All rates are
Hands
negotiable.
Down.
But yeah, we just need classic shit, man. Don't try to keep up with trends.
And we'll even get a bitch singing on your hook for fucking $8.50.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit! Before we start recording this show today, there was a fucking female who came in
back
here.
The curtain. I'm spilling.
She came in here.
Shout out to you. Shout her out, yo.
Nah, I'm not.
Name names, yo.
I'm not.
At that bitch, yo.
I don't think she got any of that, but she was trying to charge another up-and-coming producer $850 for a fucking appearance, and this bitch hasn't appeared on shit.
All right, well, shout out to producer at least. Let him get some publicity.
Fucking Jay Barton. Shout out to Jay. Yeah.
Luckily, I strolled in later. That bitch would have had a fucking rude awakening. And I mean real life ravishing Rick Rude, twister around, and fucking neck breaker.
And then put your fucking hands behind your head and
start gyrating. Yo, you know what that reminds me of? Rest in peace, Bobby the Brain Heenan, yo. That guy died the other day, yo.
I thought he was dead like 5 years ago.
It's official now. Rest in peace to the weasel.
Why do wrestlers and people affiliated with wrestlers keep dying? Do you remember Mortis from WCW?
Hell no.
You remember Canyon?
Oh, yeah. That guy was a homo, though.
Check this out. All right, so I got a story for this. The first
guy banged Mortis. This guy banged Mortis.
The first fucking CVS I worked at in Sunnyside, Queens, I'm sitting there taking in a delivery. And there's some muscle-bound dude holding another muscle-bound dude's hand walking down the street.
What the fuck?
Like, literally wearing the leotard and everything.
Straight up, what do they call them shits? I guess probably leotard. Singlet.
So
wrestling singlet.
My manager at the time, his name was Farouk. And this guy used to say "man" after everything because we had a Jamaican dude who worked with us, and we used to just make fun of him and call everybody "man." So we're sitting there doing our thing, like working and whatnot, and then these dudes, hand in hand, come walking down the street, and we both look at each other as they're passing. This dude's like, "What the fuck, man?"
This guy would have beat the living shit out of
these dudes were both like 6'5", 6'8", hand in hand. And then a week later, I find out that fucking Canyon committed suicide in his apartment in Sunnyside, Queens. I'm like, I just saw that dude a week ago walking down the street.
Jesus Christ. Rest in peace to Canyon.
Fucking Mortis.
Oh, yeah. And that seems like the perfect way to end this fucking non-episode.
No music involved.
Yo, listen, man. If you don't know Nas's tracks, man, go fucking Mortis yourself, yo.
With a dude in hand. Fucking Romeo and Juliet shit. Fucking Romeo and Romeo.
Yo, go Mortis yourself, yo. Like, word. Like, what the fuck are we gonna play that they don't know? You know what I mean? Like,
no, this is what we're gonna do. This is gonna be this episode. When we come up on a week where we got fucking no ideas on an episode to do, I'm just gonna throw a Nas mix out there that is like the sequel to this shit.
All right, fair enough. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we back in the building. Like we said, our new building is ColecoVision Media Group. We got whatever the fuck you need, yo.
Graphic design, studio time, podcasting, photography, video editing. Fucking
literally everything.
You need hose? We got them too.
This guy. Parking lot pimping, yo. So, you know what I'm saying? And it's reasonable, too. Get your bread together before you come here, but it's still reasonable. So, yeah, man. Like, we back.